Hello, hello, my wealth consciousness women. How the heck are you today? I'm doing pretty good. Sorry about the gum. I'll get rid of it for you. Um, yeah, it's been a really great day here. I'm hoping somebody might join me live to talk about money. Wish money was like water. We could just drink it and then absorb it and then be it, right? And then it would just like pour out of our pores and infiltrate all of the fibers of our being. Okay, so I want to start today because uh, one of the ways that I'm growing my business is through email campaigns, right? And the gentleman who I'm learning from, uh, super um, easy to follow. He doesn't mince his words. He doesn't care if you follow him or do what he says or not. He actually says that. And so I guess I kind of like his approach. And I wanted to read a couple things. I got an email from him again today about he was having some money worries, right? We all do. He's a billionaire, but even billionaires have money worries. Um, so I think it's very interesting. And it's all about, he's selling a house, he's doing this, he's doing that. So, but he has to fix the house up in order for it to sell for what it's worth. So, but I got an email today and he talks about during the times when you have to spend a lot of money or in moments that you have to spend a lot of money, there's actually a lot of different practices outside of, reading the Pocket Full of Money book and doing the exercises there and really allowing that information to um, soak into your subconscious because that's what this is really all about, right? We're changing the way we view money. We're changing the way our subconscious thinks about money because we've been so programmed our whole lives in this society and on this planet about what money is and how it's so hard to come by. So there's a few things that I wanted to bring to your attention that you could start doing. And I highly recommend that you start doing this. I myself have, I listened to a um, meditation, not as often as I could, about money. And it's actually part of the Ho'oponopono prayer, which is uh, please, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And it's a way of clearing negative thoughts and beliefs and bringing in more conscious, deliberate thoughts about our money. Anyway, he talks about these are some things you can do when you're spending money, okay? Either a lot or even a little. So, daily money meditations, no days off, even if it's 10 minutes a day. If you can't make time for that, he says you don't deserve it. See what I mean about cutting right to the point? We meditate for various reasons. We meditate to gain a greater sense of peace. We meditate to um, just get an inner peace, right? To quiet the mind. And that's what they tell you that it's about. But I'll give you a little bit of a cue. And this I also learned from something else that I watched the other day on Gaia. You don't meditate for the human sake. We don't meditate for this personality, for this body. We meditate to open the channel for the divine to work through you and provide you divine guidance in creativity. Because as spiritual beings having a human experience, we are here to create. Everything that you see, we have created. There was a need, Someone decided to create it and they did it, and now it's here, right? We wouldn't have computers if someone didn't invent it. I wouldn't have a phone, wouldn't have a glass to drink my water. We wouldn't have systems to get water to our houses, right? So everything has been created. And this is where you get to create the abundance that you deserve. So meditating, daily money meditations. There's hundreds of them out there, I'm sure. If you have Insight Timer, pick one that's your favorite, listen to it every single day. This is going to be my challenge for you. I'm going to put this also in the group. We're going to do a 30-day meditation challenge every day, 10 minutes a day, whether it's reading the book, which can be considered meditation, or listening to some meditation. You can find a lot of them on YouTube as well. Number 2, spending while imagining 10 times that amount coming back to you. Whether you're going out to dinner, whether you're buying a new shirt, whether you're buying a car, whether you're just, buying the necessities. Every time you spend money, visualize, meditate on that amount times 10 coming back to you. It's an old trick that he learned years ago. It says, whenever I send out a big amount, I imagine 10 times that amount coming back. The reality is most of the money I'm spending isn't actually an expense. They're investments that will come back to me. I just don't know when they'll come back to me. So if we can release that attachment to the outcome, the when and the how, just knowing that the universe is abundant and it will give you back what you put out. And so are you spending money begrudgingly? Are you spending money and worrying about it every time you pull that card out of your wallet? Do you or are you like, here you go? Yes. I don't care if it's for toilet paper or for a massage or to take a trip or to put gas in your car. It doesn't matter. Every time you spend money, say thank you. And I know 10 times this amount is going to come back to me. Can't hurt, right? Law of attraction. Law of attraction. Number 3, using this as an opportunity to spend on things I've been putting off. Instead of hoarding money, I'm going to put even more into the universe all at once. I know. This is really, really tricky because we have been taught to save for a rainy day, make sure you've got, 3 months of savings in your bank account to pay for your bills, that kind of safety net. And all it is hoarding. I know that when I make a lot of money in my business, I freeze. I stop actually doing the work that I did to get that income because I already got it. I don't need to worry about it anymore. And then I procrastinate and I keep procrastination going. And then a couple months later, I'm like, oh shit, where did that money go? Oh my God, I need to make more. And so when you're running your own business, I know a lot of you are, you continually invest in yourself. Imagine every time you're spending money, you're investing in yourself. So this is another mindset shift that we have got to start cultivating. Daily reality engineering practices, no days off. I don't really know what that means, but I'll find out for you. Number 5, doing important work. I'm not sitting here saying that only thinking will change everything. Action matters big time, but it's easier to take the right actions when you focus on having the right thoughts. Primary goal of all of this is to maintain a nearly constant feeling of abundance, despite the fact that I'm spending lots of money and sending money away from me. So just a little intro for today. So last week, I kind of jumped the gun and, you know, came on. But I'm going to do it again today. So we actually went through chapter 2, but I didn't really do a whole lot in it. I think it was a little bit of a scattered. Um, so chapter 2 talks about, so what is your affirmation for money? I'd love you to put it in the comments below this video. Um, are you constantly saying, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy? Is it part of your daily mantra? One of the things too, one of my mentors taught me to do is that whenever I have to pay bills, I pay all of my bills online, like most everybody. But when they have that little memo, like a note um, about paying the bill, I always write in, I am grateful, or I appreciate the service, or I am so grateful for running water. I am so grateful that my electricity works. And I'm sure the people who see that, giggle every single time, but I think it's really helped me appreciate the fact that I have enough money to pay my gas bill, that I have enough money to buy gas for my car, that I have enough money to buy groceries, because it's all about gratitude. So, again, what is your body made of? Gikandi talks a lot about what our bodies are made of, because working and living and breathing in the quantum field of possibilities, we have to really get clear about what it is that we're really talking about. And when we talk about money, when we talk about anything, the resonance of that vibration filters through the body and sends the body a message. And so, what is your body made of? Tissues and organs. What are tissues and organs made of? Cells. What are cells made up of? Molecules. What are molecules made up of? Atoms. What are atoms made up of? Subatomic atoms. Subatomic particles, sorry. What are subatomic particles made of? Energy? No, they're not made of energy. They are energy. You are one big chunk of energy. And so is everything else. Quantum physics tells us that it is the act of observing an object that causes it to be there, where and how we observe it. Energy is the subatomic particles that in turn make up atoms and finally matter. The energy exists as waves spread out over time and space. Only when you exercise observation do these waves become particles localized as a space-time event. Soon, as you withdraw observation, they become a wave again. So as you see, your observation, your attention to something, and your intention literally creates that thing in a time-space event. This is scientific. In other chapters, you'll see how we focus, concentrate, and guard your attention, intention, and thought to create your reality exactly. So I think it's just fascinating, the act of observing something. And it takes a little bit of getting out of your own head to really feel that this could be possible. The thing that he talks about is, okay, imagine whatever room you're in right now. Everything is in that room because you're observing it. How do you know right now that whatever is in the kitchen But whatever's in the bathroom, whatever's in your bedroom is actually there. Do you have any proof right here, right now, that it exists? Doesn't matter that you saw it 20 minutes ago. Because quantum physics, what they talk about with this particle and this observation and the space-time reality that we all live in, nothing is real until it is observed. I'd love to get some feedback on that. So the first thing he asks is to describe how you are energy, according to Gikhandi's explanation of quantum physics. How do you experience energy in your daily life? I experience energy in my daily life because I know in every fiber of my being what resonates with me is what he talks about in the quantum physics and energy and how everything is energy. I know that energy is pulsating. It's a vibration. It always is, right? And so how I experience energy in my everyday life is through my breath, through the thoughts that I have, through physically moving through my day, my energy of um, and emotions. Emotions are one of the biggest ways that we experience energy because emotion actually mean is energy in motion. And this is one of the most beautiful things that I work with and with people, with women in my group, is that our emotions, like nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent in this life. Nothing. Because it's energy and energy is constantly moving. But what happens, say, with our emotions is that our ego, our subconscious, latches onto an emotion. And imagine, you're sitting here and this wave of anger or frustration or irritation comes over you. You're not even sure why, or maybe you do have a reason why. Maybe the dog across the street keeps barking, or your kids keep tugging at you, or you've 100 other things to do than to sit here and listen to me babble about happy pocket full of money. And so that energy that is moving through you, that wave of irritation, let's just use that, this wave of irritation comes to this physical form that you are, and it wants to move through your body, but you have to feel it. It may come through a specific part of your body, maybe the lower back, maybe your head, maybe your hands, maybe, your abdomen. So this is why it's really important to feel where you're feeling this energy. Because if you attach yourself and give meaning to that energy, it's now getting stuck. Because now you're going to ruminate on it, you're going to think about it, you're going to just keep thinking about it, loop after loop after loop. And you're going to make it mean something. It doesn't mean anything unless you give it meaning. Humans have a brilliant way of giving everything meaning. And sometimes it has no meaning. It's just a wave of energy. It might not even be yours. You could be completely happy and content and someone walks into the room who's completely irritable, and then you immediately become irritable. Why? Because we are beings of energy. And if their energy is moving towards you and you're not allowing it to move through you and out, it's going to get stuck and lodged in the body. And this can happen to people all the time. And this is what I see a lot in my practice, is that we attach ourselves because we don't like the feeling. And then it stops. The energy flow stops. The energy motion stops and lodges somewhere in the body. So next time you're feeling anything that is uncomfortable, I invite you to allow yourself to feel it, acknowledge it. Is it even mine? Is it true? Can I let it go? When emotions come upon you, when a thought comes into your head, you have 16 seconds to release it and let it go. Any longer than that, it's going to get stuck in the body. This is where a lot of energy healers do their most amazing work, because they open the person energetically to release that which is not serving them anymore, something that they have attached themselves to, given meaning to. Once we give meaning to something, we've attached ourselves to it. And can you, just for a brief blip of a moment, even contemplate not assigning everything a meaning, maybe assigning nothing. Nothing means nothing. Like everything means nothing, like nothing. It's mind blowing. And so, where do you have opportunities to open up more of your experience of energy in your work, family, routine, etc.? Where do you have opportunities? So, in your workplace, notice the vibration, the vibe, the frequency of the workplace. Are you going into work clear-headed, free and clear of everything that's happened before that moment? Or are you walking into your office in your workplace irritable or worried about something that just happened? Maybe somebody cut you off in traffic. Are you harboring on that? Because you're bringing that to your work. Or can you observe a situation, a person, an event, and find a way of allowing it to move through you as opposed to get stuck within you? Something to really work towards. And then the next one is explaining how Gikhandi's description of quantum physics supports wealth. I'm going to go back to the chapter and find that. So in this section, I'm just going to read the passage. The whole universe is brought into being by the participation or the observation of those who participate and observe. Wealth is brought into existence by you and all of us looking at it. Your certainty of it, your faith in it, and your attention to it creates it. In reality, it already exists as a probability wave, but you now cause it to be a definite thing, an event in a point in space and time. It goes even deeper than that. It already exists as an event, but your perception of time makes it look away and separate. Once you understand what time is and how it works, you'll be able to bring these things into your experience faster and in larger amounts. So I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit because we're about half past the hour and I want to call it for the night. So I just want to read this to you because I think that this is a really important part of chapter 2. So here's something even more interesting. Because you are part of the universe, that ripple that comes back, that ripple comes back to you and gives you back a similar dose of essence. So whatever your thought is, whatever your belief is, whatever your speech is, because speech is vibration, that's how we hear from the vibration of the words coming out of my throat, out of my mouth, and it goes into my ear for as a vibration. That's how we hear, right? So our thoughts are no different. We just don't verbalize them all of the time. But when particles get together and do what they do, it creates a vibration. And so whatever we say, whatever we think is a ripple effect out into the universe. And every time we say something, eventually it's going to come back. You've had those experiences before. You've made a comment or a thought to yourself about somebody, and sometimes immediately, depending on how fast your connection works, it always comes back to you. And most often it comes back to bite us in the butt, doesn't it? You cause a change in the energy field around and in you, and it ripples, touching everything. Like I mentioned earlier about someone irritable coming into the room and you were not irritable, and now you're irritable. That's what I mean. Money's no different. And everything, of course, ripples back in a reaction, sending it back to you multiplied. It's similar to the way ripples form in expanding circles when you dip your finger in a glass of calm water. But these waves go forever and also bump into other energy localizations and cause changes in them. And those react, so to speak, and send back waves, their own waves. And these returned waves hit you and change you, and you react. And this amazing dance goes on and on and on. That is how scientifically the law of cause and effects works multiplicatively. This happens on an energetic level and on a spirit level as well. In both cases, the betterment of one individual in the system causes a betterment of the whole system, and the betterment of the whole system causes betterment in the individual. And the reverse is also true. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am joy. So, you wish and desire your life to be more abundant. If you can grasp the concept that you are already abundant, you are abundance incarnate. It's just your money stories that are blocking you. So, where are you in deciphering your money stories? How many of you have started your money journal? How many of you are writing in it daily? How many of you are actually taking the time to do the work? I really hope that you can show up with me next month, September. Oh my gosh. I have a feeling that the winter months might be a little bit better for us to connect because, well, it's winter. But I'd love to hear some feedback. If anybody's out there, if anybody's listening, let me know. Let's keep talking about this because I'm going to keep talking about it. I love money. Money allows me to live the life that I want to live. It allows me the freedom to go and do and be whatever I want. And that's what I want in my life. And I want to have fun doing it. So have some fun with me. Have some fun with this. Have some fun with money. Practice those things I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the 5 things to do, money meditations, when you're spending money, say in your head, "Ah, this is coming back to me 10 times as much. This has come back to me." Say it out loud. Who cares if anybody hears you? Teach your children this. Teach them a new way of building wealth consciousness within themselves. Because this class, this group that we're doing isn't about just you and me. This is about rippling out into the universe, into the quantum field, our intentions of building wealth so that everybody on this planet can be prosperous. I believe we can do it. So thank you for being here. And yeah, I'll see you next month. I'll make an event in the Facebook group and I'll see you then. Bye.